We were studying about the inflation rate and monetary policy of Pakistan, and today we will start a related topic, which is the low saving rate in Pakistan. It is given here from 1970 to 2011, the saving rate as the percentage of the GDP, which was 11.2% in 1970 and 10.7% in 2011. And here I have the figure of the current National Economic Survey of Pakistan. And again here 2015 to 16, 2019 given at 13.9% of the GDP, or 12 or 11 and 10 and then 13.9%. This saving rate as a percentage of the GDP is measured is very low. Even if we compare it with the neighboring country or the countries which are in the same developing stage as is the Pakistan, usually it is about the 20% for the other countries. 20% is common, and this lack of saving is supposed to be the one of the basic structural macroeconomic problem which is faced by the country. Today we will see what are the reasons for this low saving rate. About the saving rate, why it is low, there are the two major school of thoughts. And again, we will see here in this table, there are the national saving, foreign saving, and the domestic savings overall. And there are the two major school of thoughts about the saving rate in a country. And one is that saving rate depends upon the rate of interest. The financial repression school argues that the low or the negative real interest rate, which are often caused by the arbitrarily set government ceiling on the nominal interest rate, is the cause of low saving. And again, there is a reason, which is the inflation rate. High inflation rate also affects the saving negatively. According to the second school of thought, the financial institution or the financial structure of the country is not strong. It is the cause of the low saving and the investment. But some evidence from the Pakistan shows that the both school of thought are supported. Mean Pakistan में low saving की दोनों reason है, एक financial structure, financial institution जो उनसे वो strong नहीं है, उन तक लोगों की reach नहीं है, और दूसरी reason ये है कि rate of interest is lower or sometime real interest rate is negative in the country. So these are the two major reasons of low saving rate in the country, and it creates a saving investment gap. And this saving investment gap is so that when there is budget deficit and savings are not supporting it, it increases with the passage of the time, and it is the major macroeconomic structural hinder to the economic growth of a country. In the time period 2008 to 12, when the inflation rate was very high in the country, real interest rate was negative. And during that period, again, saving rate was very low. So supporting this hypothesis that the low interest rate is the cause of low saving in the country. There are some other studies that as the income increases, saving will increase. This was found to be the positive and a significant relationship, and might explain the rise in the saving rate in the Musharraf Aziz's time, which was 1999 to 2008. And another determinant of the saving is the dependency ratio. Dependency ratio mean कि आप एक घर में कमाने वाले कितने और खाने वाले कितने. अगर आपके वर्किंग पॉपुलेशन कम है, जबकि डिपेंडेंट पॉपुलेशन जो कि यहाँ तो ओल्ड लोग होते हैं, बूढ़े लोग या बच्चे होते हैं, ये ज़्यादा it will have a negative impact of the impact on the saving of a person on the private saving. Another study also finds that there is a strong negative effect of the dependency ratio on the saving, showing that as the rapidly growth rate of the dependent in the total population tend to consume more than they produce, there is a consequent reduction in the household saving. So we are studying the reason of low saving rate in Pakistan. According to the study, There is a positive relationship between the domestic real interest rate and household saving. Inflation and the expectation of inflation in the future are negatively related to the saving. Mean there is if there is high inflation, it means that the value of the money is going to decrease. So people will save less. But if there is high interest rate कि आपने जो भी money आपने save किया अगर banking system में financial sector में कुछ institution है saving scheme है और उन पे आपको high interest future में है कि आपको मिल सकता है तो आप जाहिर है कि लोगों के लिए incentive है कि वो ज़्यादा save करें. On macro level, there is another reason for the low saving, that is the private capital outflow and foreign interest rate. कि अगर दूसरे countries के banks में या financial institution में आपको higher interest rate मिल रहा है तो national level पे लोग जिनकी ज़्यादा savings होती हैं वो भी दिन country save करने के बजाय they may be save it outside of the country. There is another saving interesting finding related to the saving is that of another study. They show that the foreign financial inflow may discourage the domestic or the public sector private saving behavior and resource mobilization effect. कि अगर आपके फॉरेन से जो रिसोर्सेज है कैपिटल है वो इनफ्लो कर रहा है आपको फॉरेन एड मिल रही है या किसी भी वजह से फॉरेन से कैपिटल आपके कंट्री में इनफ्लो कर रहा है तो नॉर्मली इकोनॉमिकली समझा जाता है कि इट विल इनकरेज द इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ along with the domestic saving. But in the case of Pakistan, it is found that the foreign capital inflow is discouraging the domestic or the local saving of the country. So the negative impact of the foreign capital inflow stress that for the most part external assistance has been used for the consumption purpose and that it has discouraged the saving effort by both the private and also from the public sector in the case of the Pakistan. To emphasize the complicated reason for persistent low saving and the extent to which the conclusion of the each researcher vary, we cite some of the results of the Ashfaq Khan. It is also another study. For them, the most important factors which are affecting the national saving in Pakistan are first of all per capita income. Mean if per capita income is low, saving will be the low. The dependency ratio अगर हायर होगी तो आपका सेविंग रेट लो होगा. द रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट इफ द रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट इज लो और द नेगेटिव सेविंग विल बी लो. Foreign capital inflow in Pakistan, foreign capital inflow is crowding out the domestic saving. They found that as per capita income increased due to either a slowdown on the population growth rate or a higher real GNP growth rate, saving would rise. While there is some debate over why the saving rate in Pakistan is low, there are some points which are common in all the studies, and these are the following: that there is a strong correlation between the household saving and the real rate of return on financial assets, which means that the government policy of keeping real interest rate low means the government policy of repressing the financial sector has reduced the domestic saving in the Pakistan. Second is the greater availability and ease of access to the financial institution. It's not available, so saving will increase if there is ease to access to the financial institution. Third is foreign capital inflow or the foreign aid, which was supposed to fill the saving investment gap, have actually had a negative impact on the domestic saving. Similar results regarding household saving and the availability of the bank credit mean कि जितनी आसानी से बैंक क्रेडिट जो है वो अवेलेबल होगा उतनी आसानी से लोग डोमेस्टिक सेविंग करना छोड़ देते हैं कि चलो ठीक है जब जरूरत होगी हम बैंक से लोन ले लेंगे. इन्फ्लेशन एंड अनसर्टेनिटी अबाउट द फ्यूचर. अगर आपका फ्यूचर के बारे में अनसर्टेनिटी और ये कि इन्फ्लेशन रेट फ्यूचर में बहुत इंक्रीज होने जा रहा है तो लोग करंट कंजम्पशन जो है उसको इंक्रीज कर देते हैं विच लीड टू द लो सेविंग रेट इन द कंट्री. Here we will revise some determinants of the saving which are recognized by the different studies. These are first of all income variable. Following both Keynesian approach and the permanent income hypothesis, the GDP growth rate and per capita income are usually alternative as the income variable in all the saving functions. So when the GDP or per capita GDP increases, saving rate will increase. Domestic real interest rate has a positive impact on the domestic saving. Increase in the domestic real interest rate will lead to a higher saving rate. Inflation rate is negatively related to the saving. Higher inflation will decrease the saving. Foreign interest rate is higher, it will lead to the capital outflow. Exports earnings will have a positive impact on the domestic saving. It will increase the income and it will increase the margin propensity to save. Terms of trade may have two types of effect. Terms of trade mean the ratio of the price of the exports to the price of imports of a country. So in some studies, on the one hand, it is argued that saving out of any given income falls with the deterioration mean with the fall in the terms of trade, because a decline in export earning means a fall of the current income. While on the other hand, some studies found that the saving may increase with the decrease in the terms of trade, because the economy is forced to spend less on imported goods to maintain a targeted level of real wealth. Private capital outflows, which are also initiated by the foreign higher interest rate, may decrease the saving ratio. Worker remittances are expected to have a positive impact on household saving, because a large part of remittances are saved by the families of immigrants in the Pakistan. A survey done by Gilani and Amjad revealed that 35 to 40% of the remittances were the saved invested by the families of the immigrants in the Pakistan. Again, dependency ratio has a negative effect on the saving, and net foreign capital inflow is crowding out the domestic saving in case of the Pakistan. Higher profitability lead to the higher saving rate in a country. Real wage rate will has a negative relationship with the saving, because when the real interest wage rate increases, profit decreases, and so it lead to the decrease in the saving. Debt servicing also have a negative relationship with the savings. So according to a study, 1/2 of the population saves in case of Pakistan, whether in the formal or it is in the informal sector. And जो 1/2 save करते हैं, among those who saves, only 14.9% of the saver go to the formal financial institutions, and around 63% of the Pakistani saves at home, in the form of cash, in the form of jewelry, or in the assets such as the land and livestock. After the main category of saving at home, the next most popular category is in the informal sector. We save in the form of the committees. So it is also, these are the also reason for the low saving rate. Mean कि जो formal saving है जो कि आप count करते हैं, वो इस वजह से भी low show होती है कि अगर आप informal saving check करें तो वो इसमें counting में आती नहीं है. और उसके अलावा दूसरा प्रॉब्लम कि अगर इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर में सेविंग मौजूद भी हैं तो वो क्यों सेविंग इन्वेस्टमेंट गैप फिल करने के काम नहीं आती, क्योंकि द मेन पर्पस ऑफ द सेविंग इज द कंजम्पशन स्मूथिंग, नॉट द इन्वेस्टमेंट. कि लोग फ्यूचर कंजम्पशन के लिए सेव करते हैं, इन्वेस्टमेंट पर्पस के लिए सेव नहीं करते. सो वो सेविंग इन्वेस्टमेंट गैप फिल करने के काम नहीं आती. समरी of this chapter, which is about the monetary policy, inflation, and the saving of the Pakistan. For the some economists, money and the monetary policies are the key determinants of economic activity. But in the case of Pakistan, until recently, monetary policy was closely controlled by the government, and the market was almost non-existent when it came to determining the cost and allocation of the money in the economy. Since 1991, a more market-based approach has been followed, with the regular auction of the treasury bill influencing, if not determining, the rate of interest. अगर मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी और मनी सेक्टर को आप फ्री करना चाहते हैं तो आपको रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट जो है मार्केट फोर्सेस को डिटरमिन करने देना चाहिए. However, by all standards, the money market is still extremely underdeveloped in Pakistan, and for some economists, this is one reason why the economy has not functioning well. Any question?